my great-grandfather. Ripe old age of 92. And she was buried with her husband in the Arlington Cemetery, National Cemetery. In quite a rich.
Actually.
And you're going to have them be guessing what you mean when you say, been doing art since the turn of the century.
That's right. Yes.
Yes. They're going to look at you saying, what? So you are from the Dominican Republic.
I was born in the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And
I think that's turned on.
I was born in the Dominican Republic. And that was a long time ago. So.
Well, when you said you were married for 47 years.
45 years I've been married, yes.
Okay. Okay. That is a little bit of time gone by.
That is, yes. So my husband's Rick, and I have 2 children, Melissa, who lives in New York, and Rick, who now lives in Cleveland. And I have a mascot, little Coco Roman, who is a white Vashon who follows every step that I do in the house, in the studio, wherever I am, she's really near me. And my children said, I cannot believe you replaced me with a dog. Welcome. But the first thing I want to do is just welcome everyone here. You know, it's very nice for you to come out and battle the traffic and give me an opportunity to just talk about my art, which has really made me a better person. You know, it's the art has always been a comfort, an intrigue, and it just balances me out. And I'm sure that all of you artists feel the same way. You know, the way that you can look at hi, welcome. The way that you can just look at the sky and it's battling there and look at its infinitive, how infinitive it is, and look at it and say, how can I come up with that color? How can I make this canvas, this two-dimensional canvas, just look full and just try to capture the wonder and all that you have at that moment. So, but that's,
you shared with me
yes,
inspiration that you had in your family. How your father as a physician and your mother as a musician.
That's true, yes.
You were absorbing this.
Yes, yes.
And it called you to this artistic expression.
It did call me to this, you know, in time with it. Okay, my mother was a pianist, and she, a concert pianist, so everything had to be precise. It had to be as written, and there were moments that she wanted the children to follow in her footsteps. Okay, so we all took music, the piano, violin, okay, and we would remember hearing her in the shower going, "Play with feeling." You hit the wrong note, you know, and all we really wanted to do was just play and please her, okay? But there isn't a day that goes, that I say thank you, because as an adult, I do the piano piece, okay? And I do not play classical, but I do American standards.
Yeah.
You know, American standards, and it just fills the room, and I sing like if I think I sing, like I think I, this is great, you know, it's what it is. It's the art. That's how art just fills your life, you know, and it's very comforting. And we've had artists in our family, and but you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to start this video, okay? So if you just turn down the lights,
Okay.
and it's going to, it is not a bio, okay? You'll have that information there, but it's not a bio, and it is not a portfolio of my work. But more, it is conversation points. How I feel like felt, and there's so many quotes that I have. And I hope that those will be conversation starters for us, okay? So with that said, give me a second. Whoa, we're rolling around here. And sometimes technology works. And when it works, it's wonderful. Let's see here. There we go. Can everyone see and hear? Okay, great. called Pasos de Arte, okay? And I would like to introduce Diana Pagan, if she would come up here and kind of like tell us how this started and why we're here, and how proud I am to be part of this organization, with a big thank you to each and every one of you for being here, and for the Cultural Arts Center, who has always, made it possible. So without further ado, thank you.
Gianna.
Yes, I will officially give you up. I know, we've had so many conversations on the phone and email, and so it's a pleasure
Oh,
meeting you.
wonderful, you're here, great.
Well, can everyone hear me?
You want to use a mic if that's easy?
I think I'm fine. I think I have a pretty loud carryover voice. So my name is Diana Pagan, and I am the manager of inclusion and community development with CAPA, the Columbus Association for the Performing Arts. And I have been there for close to 10 years, 9 years as one of the coordinators of Festival Latino, which happens every year, the second weekend of August. We just had our festival on the 11th and 12th this year, and it was definitely like our biggest one yet. About 7 years ago, we started a visual artist area at the festival as a way to support Latino businesses and encourage artists. So through the visual artist area, we thought that it was a great way to have Latino artists not only create new pieces of art, but to have the opportunity to get the exposure and the opportunity to look at their artistry in more of like a business. Some of them were for the first time actually like submitting an application for to be included in a gallery. For some, it was the first time that they got business cards or a credit card machine to actually not just create the work, but to actually like sell it and get it out there into the community. That has been a huge success. Cecilia has been a part of that exhibit, I believe, twice since it started 7 years ago. And last year, one of our partners, Ramona Reyes, is the executive director of the center, Our Lady of Guadalupe Center, which is a initiative under Catholic Social Services, and they are a food pantry. 99% of their clients are Latino families on the west side, and through that, Ramona actually learned of a couple of clients of theirs that were artists. So we thought, wouldn't it be great to create an opportunity for us to provide an economic opportunity for some of these families that currently use the food pantry to kind of just help them be a little bit more self-sufficient. And so they partnered with CAPA and the Cultural Arts Center to create Pasos de Arte, and it was a huge success. We did it last year in the main gallery, had a lot of attention from the community in general, not just the Latino community. There was a lot of press. It actually received the Ohio
Parks and Recreation Association third place award for the entire year for the arts and cultural kind of programming in the state.
And that was totally not expected, so I give hats off to the Cultural Arts Center for allowing the opportunity. And Cecilia was a part of that first exhibit. And so here we are in our second year. Hopefully the idea is that maybe every other year we can do a big gallery in the main gallery and then a smaller one up here. And that that we're continuing to provide opportunities for our local artists and also help kind of diversify the artists that are represented. I recently heard someone say that a curator has the most important job because they get to choose what people see, and I think that there's so much truth in that, because it's basically the curator is the one responsible for curating what we see and what we don't see. And so I appreciate everything that the Cultural Arts Center does, and thank you guys for being here. I was here when Jeremy was here, and I see a lot of the same faces, so thank you for your support, and I will let Cecilia continue her spiel.
Thank you for your leadership.
Thank
And
you.
your coordination.
Yes.
That's
you.
an art in itself, is it not?
It is, especially in the nonprofit world, because I think we're always wearing like a million hats. But yeah, it's important work.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cecilia.
With that being said, I do also want to thank the Ohio Arts Council, okay, who back in the 80s also was looking into, this is called Pasos. Pasos means steps. And like everything, you know, it takes steps, and you need to also thank, you know, the people who came before you, and thank the people in the present who has made it all possible. So, so please keep that in mind too. Sometimes some
Everybody
of you,
here, do you want to use the microphone? You all set?
I think we're
Is
good.
that okay? Okay,
and some
great.
of you will see
Come on
me at the
here.
Ohio, at the Columbus Art Museum, because I went to a there for 9 years or something. So we also welcome that. The Columbus is just so lucky to have such a fulfilled and so many arts opportunity. And there's, I'm sure, more and more to come down the pipeline. So, so let me tell you about
Let's talk about your love of color.
my love of
Oh
color.
my, that was extraordinary,
You
was
see
it not? Oh,
Well,
and how you use your medium to express kind of the way you were talking about the piano.
Yes.
You know, how,
Well,
what happens there?
What happens is, first of all, you know, you go for the inspiration. And you go through a process, and one of them is actually resourcing, you know, studying art in itself, you know, other artists, and, you know, just look at how it was done, and then taking it to the next step. I don't think that you could just go with it like canvas and just, I can't, no, I'm gonna take it back. You can. Because I am with another program too, it's called Doodle the Art for the veterans, okay? Who also have, are experiencing post-traumatic syndrome and everything like this. And, you know, they start out to just doodling, just wanting to put color together. And with that, you know, after doing it a while, they really have nice pieces. Thank you everyone for stopping. Okay, so let me tell you about my art.
Shall we bring one of those forward here?
Yeah, let's just go over here. First, I did art is very subjective, so I never tell anyone what to see or what to feel, because each and every one of us brings something with us that helps interpret this, okay? So, but what I had was a very just, it was a picture off of my back room patio, you know, and I looked at it, and it was really nice, but you know, I was seeing it through the blind, through the curtain. So in a sense, I love seeing the outside, but there was a sort of isolation, almost like an Edward Harper, you know, feeling, you know, the modernism where, you know, there's a form of isolation. It's beautiful, but I'm behind this curtain. I see it through a line. I see it through a curtain. But I love it still. So I used the I would say impressionistic of just dabbing things across and everything like that. And so I like that. What do you feel about it?
Amazing.
What kind of feelings do you get? Any feelings or?
I've seen my front window, I have a blind. And they're beautiful
Nice
trees.
and loud there, tell
And
us
they're
all.
beautiful trees right behind the blind.
Yes.
It's such a beautiful scene. It's more beautiful than without the blind, actually.
Yeah,
You just see through the
exactly.
slop.
And then again, like an artist, you know, you sit there and you go, oh, if I could just capture this feeling, how can I capture this shades, the dimension, the the volume, you know, and you work with those problems, and there's no right or wrong. Art, there's no right or wrong. It's all expression. It's all expansion of you, and it's all subjective. So each and every one of us can be part of art, you know, and it really does fulfill your life in a way that it expands you. You know, to think of things in a different way, to be innovative. That's all part of creativity. I think the logo or the slogan here at the Cultural Arts Center is imagination, point, create. And we do go through that process, imagining it, and then making it two-dimensional, three-dimensional. So,
You had mentors in your past? I mean,
you know, my mentors have been the community. I have met wonderful artists, and I think that we strengthen each other's relationship, you know. We find newness in each other's work. So I am always so very thankful for each artist that I meet, or even each person, or each one of you. You know, you give me things, and I, in return, share with you. Okay, so, but oh gosh, you know, I've taken classes, but it is that relationship with other artists that really helps you look beyond what you're doing. So, and it's, you never end learning. There's never an end point to learning. Everyone tells you that in life, and it's so true. You know, you're always learning something new. So, being Spanish, you know, people are always asking me, oh, is this Spanish art? You know, Spanish art is very universal.
sure.
It's not limited by its border or by its title, okay? It is, again, it's subjective. It's what you feel, what you grew up with. So no, I don't do palm trees and the environment of the tropics, though I am there. And then, like 2 years ago, I made maybe a year ago, I made an exhibition, which I actually dedicated to the hurricane victims of Puerto Rico. And I think that you see it in the video when I said, you know, listen to their cry and plead, okay? And then a very Puerto Rican term, if you ever hear this word, you know they're from Puerto Rico, and they'll say, bendito, ay bendito. But I meant it, you know, listen to them, because they were and still are at a point of remaking everything, you know, that generations and ancestors have had there, okay? So it will be in Puerto Rico, but it will always have that spirit.
Yeah, and
Okay.
your roots are Dominican Republic.
I was born in the Dominican Republic. I was born in Santiago, and my great uncle is actually was the painter of Dominican Republic. You know, he was like the poet laureate, but he was the artist laureate. Yes.
And how long did you live there? When did you leave?
I left when I was like 11 or 12 years old.
So that's why you don't paint those scenes from the tropics, because you haven't lived there. Is that
Well,
right?
no, I lived there. And I always have gone down. But you know, during that time when I was there, it was under political, you know, unrest. It was under Trujillo, Rafael Trujillo. So my father was welcomed to the United States because he was a physician. He was a doctor, a urologist. And though when he came here, he had to redo all his studies again.
Wow.
So, yes.
I'm sorry, did you just say your dad was a doctor and the painter?
No.
Great.
Great,
My
thank
I'm sorry.
you. No, in my head I was like, who is this man? This is amazing. Okay, now I got it, thank you.
No, medicine and art is very, very common, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, like my father was a urologist. His office was actually in Bexley, right across from the Catholic University. So we're very East Siders. But my great uncle, okay, was, you know, the painter.
Yeah.
The painter that was the painter laureate of the Dominican Republic. So
Well,
that
Erica,
doesn't mean just because he has that title that I have those talents. You have to develop those talents, okay? But
It's good to see that family connection though.
it's nice to see that it's in me, you know, so. Yeah,
well, Eric Roush has spent some time in Cuba.
And Cuba, yes, that's
In the
wonderful.
exchange of art.
Yes,
I
yes.
went to Cuba recently. I was actually an exchange student in Costa Rica for a year, and I met a lot of interesting people. And one of my friends was in the Dominican Republic for many years, working for a
Yes.
nonprofit. And doing
Yes.
good work. So, yeah,
That's
that's close to my heart. Yeah.
What is travel? You know, it's really the circle within you, you know, you go there and I don't like to travel by myself because I like to share with someone that I, you know, really like, and so I can really bring in, and we both have that feeling, but you know, the more you travel, the more like you find out everyone is,
Yeah.
okay? I remember one time I was in Chile. I was doing an exhibition in Chile, I think you saw it there, that the first thing I saw was a marigold. I said, oh my gosh, I have those in my backyard. And it's just the simple little things that just jump at you, you know, like, we think we're so different. We think that, you know, everyone has different problems. No, we're more alike than anyone. We're all, you know, in that human being race. So, let me move on here. Please interrupt me because I can talk forever.
Yeah.
This is another style. I'm showing you styles, okay, that I do. So this is a style, and it's of a vineyard. I'm going to take this. Does anyone have any ideas about this, or what do you get out of this?
Were you there?
Free air, freedom.
Were you there?
Oh, was I there? No.
Oh, okay.
No, I was not.
It's beautiful.
I was partaking though. Of the wine. This is a vineyard, you know. I was partaking of the wine when I did that. I do have to admit to that. Yes, sir.
I do art.
Yes.
Sign up with studios with ceramics and pottery and canvas paintings
Great.
and I am. The art is in my passion and my blood. It runs in my genetic family, and yeah, and I do canvas paintings and sell them for them to buy them. And if you like to see us, stop by at Sun Apple Studio at Art Industries West. You can come around and look at it.
Thank you for that information, sharing that. That would be great. You know, to go or to take an outing or something like that to see your work. Yes, thank you. Thank you. But this is done in a different style than this, but it does have, I have grazing of animals here. It's almost post-impressionist. I always try to put things I get that feeling because it has the introduction of red in it. And they sort of did that. And then, but it's in layers. In layers.
Let's move it around for the people who
Oh, sure.
are to see as you're.
And you know what? I felt that this is going to blow your mind, okay? This was sheet music. Okay? So I don't know if you see this, and you don't have to feel like I do, but you know, I see the measures and I see the notes. I see the measures and the notes. Because something about art, yes, please.
Your mother would be proud of you.
Who?
Your mother would be proud of you.
That's what's so nice about art, because it's up to us to interpret. But
Yes.
I always love to hear an artist explain it, because like, I don't see that. Because I see red rocks from Colorado,
Yes.
and I see like a little spring down there
That's
of
right.
water, and I see trees. So, you know, we all see different, and I think that's what art is so lovely, because we all see something else.
Yes.
Is that oil paint you use on that?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yes. But that is so very true. You know, I try to bring in my paintings our senses, our being, you know. Like I said, you know, this is a picture but then I put this curtain behind it because there was a sense of loneliness too, you know. I'm behind something. I'm peeking through there. Am I interrupting a whole world out there? Why am I in here and not out there, you know? So I tried to also put in the sense of, so in this one here, I try to do the same thing. So like I said, I have the measures and the notes. Measures and the notes, okay, measures and the notes. So whether this was the rustling of leaves or the blowing of wind, I was there in all my senses.
Yeah, and that feeling is totally different than that.
It is. It
So
is.
real.
Yes.
And
it
for
is.
those who came in a little later, Cecilia's mother was a concert pianist. And she was growing up hearing the music.
Yes.
And so that is so explicit in the light of that, huh?
Okay.
Amazing.
So as far as, I have quotes that I put in here in this video, and I thought they would serve as a nice conversation points for us. And do you have any questions, though? I don't want to. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was quite impressed with your excellence in finding music and also editing music in your video. How did you do that? Is the piano play in the beginning? Was that
Yes.
you played or?
Yes, I do. No, I do play piano. Yes.
Oh,
I do paint with music.
oh, I
You know,
see.
you kind of get in the mood.
And the flute is done by your friend or somebody in your family?
My mother was a pianist.
Yeah, flute
He said.
In your video.
in the video.
Music that was in the video.
Oh,
The piano.
you mean a quote?
No,
flute.
music.
Flute.
The music that was in the.
Oh, did you
Under
like
the
that?
piano.
Okay, I didn't want to have a snappy music that you would be going, you know, blah, 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 blah. No, okay, or like, Havana, da, da, da. No. I didn't want to have, though I like the spirit of that, but it's very commercial, okay? And so what I did was take loops, sound bites, okay? And I didn't want to use it all the way across. I just wanted you to grab your attention with these loops of sound, okay? So do they match the picture you're looking at? No. But hopefully they grab your attention enough that you will pay attention to that segment as we move on.
So those are recordings, those were recordings of.
They are recordings, yes, They're called loops, they're called refrains. But it's not of piano flute. The very first one was done with the tuning of the symphony. So you hear the, you know, because you have everyone is tuning their instrument, and hopefully they'll come together. And of course, always like in life, chaos starts, right? And then it's us who kind of like put things in order. And then we neglect it, it becomes chaos again, because the natural order of the universe is chaos. So, so I start out with that. Do you want to go through the video? Would you rather that I go through the video?
I think
You would?
I think people want to see it.
Okay, let's see it then.
People go like this, and then some came in
Okay,
later.
let's do this again.
It's because we get to view your paintings again.
And I want you to,
They're so gorgeous.
I want you to shout out, okay, and say, stop!
Okay, with a
And we can
painting,
stop
with a given
there.
painting.
We can stop there at a quote. Goodness, what a wonderful audience you are! When you're having fun, time goes, right? And each of you have been so wonderful. Yes, sir.
You say you are a pianist.
I do play piano, yes. I'm not a concert pianist, no. I do play piano, and I like to do American standards. I like to sing along with my work. I am not a good singer, but I like doing it. But I do play, yes.
My niece teaches piano lessons.
That's wonderful, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I like sharing that, yes.
I was wondering, what kind of music do you listen to when you paint?
Oh, you know, it all depends. I usually listen to Spanish music, to Latino music.
Spanish.
You know, I love boleros. I love boleros. Like, oh, how can I And a lot of time it's, I don't know why I like this, what I do, but it's about love, forlorn love, lost love, just appreciation of love. But I don't know, that kind of like,
That gets you painting.
yes, you know, the fun of love, you know, it's, but I do like boleros, yes, yes. And I like Rafael Hernandez, who speaks about the beauty of the country. So if you could just give me a couple more minutes, I'd love to take you outside, and just so that you have a sense of what are we doing, you know, the Pasos of art, because it's not about me, you know, it's about the community. And each of them are wonderful artists. Yes.
Okay, well, let's follow you out.
And I promise I won't take too long.